And welcome back, guys, to the final round. My name is Jake. Oh, fix the camera there. We're good. Welcome back to the final round. This is the big boxing weekend preview number 2. Um, Holy shit. We got a lot of boxing this weekend. Let's get right into it. Obviously, we have 3 pretty big events. Obviously, each one bigger than the other. Obviously, the biggest in the world, Canelo Crawford on Saturday. Lewis Crocker and Patty Donovan for the vacant IBF welterweight title, and then one of the best fighters. Also one of the best. I mean, you have 3, in my opinion, 3 of the top 5 pound for pound guys, top 10 pound for pound, fighting this week. Noya Inoue versus Merjanon Makhmaliev. I probably said his name wrong, but he's awesome. Yeah. So let's get right into it, guys. All right, so we're gonna start off with Lewis Crocker and Patty Donovan. This is their second fight. Their first fight came back. When was their first fight? I should have looked this up. I had it for a second. Crap. Their first fight was in March. March of 2025. They fought at the SEE Arena, or SSS Arena, Odyssey Arena in Belfast. It was originally kind of scheduled for the IBF title eliminator, which Jaron Boots Ennis held. Not saying that Boots was running away from either of these guys because I think he beats both, but this is apparently it's the first all Irish world title fight, which I didn't know, but apparently it is. And this will also be at Windsor Park in Belfast for the now vacant IBF welterweight championship of the world. And it's actually pretty, you see here, that's at Windsor Park. The whole, and obviously you got Patty Donovan, Lewis Crocker. Their first fight was really good. Patty Donovan dominated the action, but he couldn't stay out of foul trouble, as a basketball term. He kept getting into issue with the ref. He had some infractions, headbutts, and then he landed that brutal punch after the bell that put Crocker down. And whether he hurt it or not, it's still a violation of the rule. I think everyone can agree that Patty's disqualification was legitimate. I mean, it was clear that it was a violation of the rules. Whether he heard it or not, with all the infractions and the points already taken away, it made total sense for the referee to disqualify him. I understand, and he's apologized for it and all that, but and it's almost like there's more respect this time around between both guys. But I think it's interesting. I know that Andy Lee's going to have Patty Donovan ready. I know that Billy Nelson has been saying that that Lewis is going to come out. The big difference for me was in terms of I remember back in March thinking about their first fight, thinking Lewis Crocker's he's got more fights. He came to that fight 20-0, but looking at his opponents, he really hasn't fought anybody that good. He's got the win over Tyrone McKenna, which it's an impressive win. He's a pretty decent fighter from Belfast, but you get to a point when you look at Patty Donovan's career. I mean, Louis Ritson is no slouch, and that was his last win. I'm even though Ritson hasn't won since before that fight, still pretty good. But overall, I mean, it was very interesting to see kind of both guys get in there, and obviously Patty has the loss. He's now 14-1. Crocker's now 21-0. But to be honest, based off of their first fight, I think it's going to go the same way. But let's go into the rest of the card before my picks on that. So pretty solid card. We'll go for the whole thing. We got Jim Donovan, young kid. He's like 20 something. He's young as crap. He's making his pro debut against some Can. Don Akiri's fighting Can. Kyle Smith's making his debut, and this is the debut of former UFC women's fighter Molly McCann. She's making her professional boxing debut. She's 35. It makes a lot of sense for Molly. We know that Eddie Hearn's going to take good care of her. Um, for the connections of that British manager in MMA who does all the British and Australian guys. Um, we know that Molly McCann's going to get taken care of. We know that she is going to get She's going to get matched up pretty evenly, and she's a solid striker. I mean, she's going to be very sloppy. I'm sure that she's been training and doing very well. She's taking on Kate Murdomska, who is 4-7. So nobody in it yet. She's not really good herself, mm. But yeah, she's not great herself at all. But it's someone that Molly is intended to beat. And then you have young good middleweight prospect Aaron Bowen. I'm actually excited to see Aaron Bowen again. He's 6-0, 4 knockouts. You know, trains out of Coventry and Box Smart Elite. He's a good young British fighter. Um, he's fighting Carlos Miguel Roner, who's 7-5. It's unfortunately after his last fight, which was against Mikolo Volk, who's not a good fighter, but his record was like 15-7. I thought they would match him up with somebody better, and they didn't. But it makes a lot of sense because that fight was just in June, so I think it's a keep busy fight rather than progressing for Aaron Bowen. Um, I just would like it because he's 26. He's not like young, but still. And then you got young Pat Brown, 3-0. We've seen him, we have seen him fight on some recent cards. He's 25 years old, 3-0. All three have gone by knockout. He's coming off a first round TKO win over Lewis Oakford, who isn't anything good himself, but still, uh, he's taking on Masti Namdi, who's a 12-5, decent fighter. So we'll see if Pat Brown, a cruiserweight guy, can do. See if we can make some noise. Go to 4-0. And then you have a fight that's for the super bantamweight boxing union, the Irish title between Murdoan Farrell, who's a 7-1-1. Sorry, Rodwan Farrell. I can't say the Irish name. And Matthew Borland. Borland is 5-0. Farrell 7-1-1. And then after that, you get to like the actual like mid-level domestic scene, world scene type guys. After that, we got top Brazilian guy Tyrone McKenna. He's 35. McKenna's fought in a number of big names. I mean, he fought Anthony Upton. He fought. He had the very very close fight against Jack Catterall back in 2018. Defeated Lewis Benson on points. Defeated Darren Foley on points. He does have a loss to O'Hara Davies. Take that for what you will. And O'Hara Davies is still fighting. Actually, which is kind of hilarious. It's kind of funny how he's still fighting right now. He has lost two recently. Two fights recently. He lost to Adam Azim, who's a pretty good, solid, good fighter himself. Um, but no, yeah. I mean, he has lost to O'Hara Davies. He has a pretty big decision win over Jose Felix, who is a very, very solid guy in his own right. He had a pretty big fight on, I think, one of the card. He fought on Regis Program back in 2022. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I'm good. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm not tired, even though it's almost one a.m. Oh, we're good. We're good. Back in a fight, Jake. Come on, back in a fight. Get up. Survive the knockdown. So Regis Prograis beat him by six round a knockout. He then beat Chris Jenkins, and then he fought one of the guys in the main event. Lewis Crocker lost to him by unanimous decision back in 2023. Um, he lost to Muhammad Minoy, lost to him by fifth round TKO. Then beat Dylan Moran by second round stoppage, and then lost to Harlem Eubank back in 2020 or back in March. We are back. I'm feeling better. I got fruit. We're good. I'm good now. Okay, where was I? Tyrone McKenna. Yeah, lost to Harlem Eubank, who just lost to Jack Catterall. He's solid guy. He's fight, and he's having his rematch with Dylan Moran, who he defeated way back in December of last year. Interesting that Dylan Moran's name is the real deal, and so is Patty Donovan's. Kind of weird. Someone should say, "Hey guys, you have the same nickname. I want to change that one of you guys." Um, but yeah. And then in the co-main, we got solid welterweight contender by the name of Ishmael Davis, 13-2, pretty solid guy. Oh, what the hell? He's had some interesting fights. The last two fights, he has his loss to Josh Kelly, which he's an interesting character. Even though Josh Kelly's still good, I don't think he's actually ever really recovered from losing to David Amarisian. Since then, his only big win was Troy Williamson. He defeated by decision 2022. Besides that, his biggest win is Ishmael Davis, and Davis has a good fight against Chahim Magarko, who is a 17-0. He's a good 17-0 fighter. He was born in London, but he trains in Belfast. He is Irish. His name is Black Thunder. It's a pretty cool nickname. I haven't seen much of his fights, but he's a good, he's a good solid young fighter. He's 28. He doesn't really have any, what's going on? He doesn't really have any massive, big wins. He does have a split decision win over Troy Williamson, but that's really it. But that should be a good, solid fight. I do expect the fight to be exciting. And then in the main event, you got Lewis Crocker versus Patty Donovan, which I think will go. It'll probably go pretty much the exact same way. And with the first time, hopefully, Patty Donovan can stop fouling Lewis Crocker. But I do think that Patty is the superior fighter. We'll see on Saturday. Obviously, this is a matchroom boxing event promoted by Eddie Hearn. Apparently, the name of the what the hell? I think Days Like This is the event name. It's weird. But yes, that is for the vacant IBF welterweight title. So, that's out of the way. Let's move on. All right, guys, we're back, and now we're getting to the good stuff. Not that Donovan Crocker was not good, but we're getting to. I want to mention something. I just realized that the IBO, I think, is separate from the Ring Magazine now. The IBO used to be the Ring Magazine, but I think the IBO is now its own thing. Because there's a fighter named Moses Iglesias, who's the IBO super middleweight champion, and I'm like, I thought Canelo was the 5-belt champ, but Canelo might have the Ring Magazine. I don't know. I think the IBO is no longer one of the big four, which would make sense. But yes, what's going on? Sorry. We have Noya Inoue versus Murjan Makhmaliev. I cannot say his name. I try my best, but he's awesome. Let's get to this fight. Noya Inoue, 30-0, 27 knockouts, 4 division world champion, 2 division undisputed champion. He's undisputed at bantamweight. He's now undisputed at super bantamweight. 2 of the titles he holds, or I believe. Hold on, go Akhmadiev's career. I believe he fought. He had 2 of the belts at one point, right? All right, 1 second. Um, wow, he made his debut in America. I didn't know that. Um, okay, so sorry, we'll come back to it. Okay, so um, why is this? Sorry, guys, what's going on here? Stupid computer's not working. Okay, never mind. So, massive event between these 2 fighters. Makhmaliev is the former. He's the former titleist at the weight. I believe was the IBF. I think he was the WBA champion too. Boxrec is only showing the IBF title, but I'm pretty sure he had the WBA. And so he is now 14-1. Makhmaliev, honestly, is one of my. He's a guy who I like. I wasn't my favorite, but I do. I obviously I love Inoue. He's one of my big favorites of all time. But Makhmaliev is awesome. He's 14-1. He became a world champion like 8 or 9-0. Beat Daniel Roman. You know what? I'll stop. I'll get to him in a little bit. Let's go. Let's go to the card first. So, a couple like really no near fights. Toshiki Shimonomachi, you know, pretty, I'm pretty solid southpaw who fights at 122. He's fighting some mediocre can kind of guy. Um, but not really anybody I know. There's a guy named Taiga. Uh, Taiga Imanaga. Uh, Good young lightweight prospect, 8-0, 5 knockouts, taking on Yudai Murakami, who himself is 6-2-1. Honestly, it should be a pretty good fight. And then you have Mercy Matsumoto taking on Yuni Takada. And then for the first title fight of the night, you have Yoshiki Takei defending his WBO World Bantamweight title against Christian Medina Jimenez. Jimenez 25-4, pretty solid guy. Takei, I believe, won the title 2024 when he defeated Jason Maloney by decision. He then had a defense against Daigo Higa by decision, and then finished Yudapong Tongdi by first round TKO back in May. So the second or third defense for Take for his WBO World Bantamweight title, a title previously held by oh, actually, did he not have a title? He should have had it. Oh. All right. He did win it. Never mind. But yes. Got it. Jason Maloney got it back. Okay, that makes sense. Got it. Okay. So overall, solid card. Oh, and then you have the main event. Noya Inoue taking on Murjan Akhmaliev. It's fight. Let's go. So excited I can't speak. Let's go for Akhmaliev's career. 14-1. I know it doesn't seem great. He is 30 years old, but he is. I mean, this guy is the Uzbek hammer. I mean, and there's a picture of him. I don't know if I can find it. I tried finding it. Picture of him holding up his IBF belt, his WBA belt, and he's got like he's. Hold on, I'm gonna find it because it is awesome. Uh, okay, here we go. Uzbekistan boxer. There's a picture of him with like a with like a general hat, and he's like got his belts. Is this? Yeah, I think I found it. He's on. This is such a badass fucking thing. Where is it? Is it here? Hold on. What's going on? I mean, it is literally him with like a general's hat, having his belts on his arms. He's a pretty big star. I mean, he's probably the biggest fighter in Uzbekistan right now. I really can't think of any other. I honestly can't think of any other. Here we go. See if I can get it in here real quick. It's a great picture. I just want to. I don't know if I'll be able to get it in right now, but he's a solid guy. You know, uh, really didn't. I mean, in his fifth fight, he fought a good fighter, Isaac Zarate, who fought for a world title. He or I correct in saying was it Devin Zarate? Isaac Zarate fought for a world title, right? He did. No, he didn't. Yeah, I guess I was wrong then. Never mind. Isaac Zarate is a good fighter though. Akhmadiev kept going good. He took on Carlos Carlson and then Wilner Soto. And then he fought super bantamweight IBF champion Daniel Roman, who was at the time 27-2-1, good fighter. I remember watching the fight in my dorm. I actually remember to this day, I was watching the fight in my dorm at USM in my dorm. I remember watching him that. Honestly, I'm going to go look at the card because I remember the co-main. What was it? No, was it? Oh man, this is a wow. This card was stacked. Holy crap! Holy crap! You had Austin Ammo Williams on this card. Who? You had Otha Jones on this card. Holy shit! Amanda Serrano on this card. Anthony Sims Jr. fought Romer Alexis Angulo. That was a good fight. Demetrius Andrade defending his WBO middleweight title against Luke Keeler by 9th round TKO. That was a good fight. Oh yeah, and then that was the night that Jojo Diaz defeated Tampa Farmer to win the IBF super featherweight title. And then in the main event, Makam Aliyev is supposed to be a showcase for Daniel Roman, and Maliev is 7-0 came in there, and it was split decision. I Rodolfo Aguilar. I don't know how he scored the fight for Roman. I believe Brian Kenny was doing the. I believe Brian Kenny was doing the. At the time in 2020, I think Brian Kenny was doing the commentary. I remember he saying like this makes no sense. How good is this? I mean, the other two scored at 115, 113 for Akhmadiev. I thought it was a little more wide, but he boxed great. He beat the crap out of Roman for several rounds, and he became champion of the world. Um, and obviously, like most fighters of his stature, he went back to Tashkent in Uzbekistan and defended his title against Mirsuke Miwasa. Beat him by from TKO. Iwasa wasn't anything special, but it was more done because he wanted to be at home. Hold on, I forgot to get the picture of him with his belts. This is the guy Udoka Inoue is going to fight tomorrow. I just want to show it because it's so cool. I mean, dude, look at this guy. I'm gonna cover my face for a second. Look at that. Bro, just look at that guy. I'm gonna zoom in even more. Look at this guy. Look at him right here. This guy, he's ready to. I mean, he's a soldier. He's a commander. No, I just like this. It's just such a cool. I remember that was I think that was when he won the title. I'm pretty sure that was when he. I'm pretty sure that's when he won the title. I might be. I mean, that might be incorrect. I don't know. I think it was when he won the title. After that, he fought Ronnie Rios, a longtime super bantamweight fighter for a number of years. I mean, Ronnie Rios was one of the better super bantamweights of recent times. He fought great fighters like Rico Ramos, Mandra Cancio, Sergio Frias. He suffered his first loss to Robinson Castellanos, who was a mid-level journeyman from Mexico. But he defeated Jason Velez. Defeated Roy Tapia. Why does this keep doing this? Um, Daniel Noriega is not related to the Panama Noriega. No, okay. Um, Now he did lose to Ray Vargas, who's 29-0. Vargas has gone on to lose to Moshe Foster, who is fighting Stephen Fulton for the weight title. Oh my gosh, is he still fighting? Yeah, okay. Um, oh yeah, he had the Vargas had the draw against Nick Ball. But yeah, lost to Ray Vargas, lost to a couple other guys, but still a really really solid guy. By the time he fought Akhmadiev, he had Diego de la Hoya, some of Oscar's brothers or something. When he lost to Akhmadiev, he had been on a 4-fight win streak, 3 by knockout. Akhmadiev beat the crap out of him, and he actually defended his titles against Ryan Rios, the same place that US Noche is going to be at. It's going to be at the Techport Center in San Antonio. Kind of cool, huh? So after that, he's got 2 defenses, or 3 actually. Um, and he took on longtime super bantamweight fighter Marlon Tapales. Tapales was 36-3 at the time, and he won pretty convincingly. It was a split decision. One judge scored it 118 to 110 for Akhmadiev, which was ridiculous card. The other 2 scored it fairly for Tapales. It was a good fight. Tapales is a vet, and Akhmadiev was. I think Akhmadiev now is 30, but at the time he was 28. So, um, lost his title, IBO Superbantamweight title to Tapales, and then took on undefeated Kevin Aaron Gonzalez Ramirez, defeated him in round 8, beat Ricardo Espinosa Franco, beat him in round 3. His most recent fight was against Mexican. Uh, I'm a pretty hard, tough Mexican fighter in Luis Castillo, who Akhmadiev finished fighting in Canelo's hometown of Guadalajara, defeating him by TKO in round 8. He's good, man. I mean, he's 14-1, 11 come by knockout. He's aggression, power. Um, it's gonna be a tough fight for him because Noya anyway is Noya anyway, 30-0, 27 knockouts. If he probably will win, if he does win this fight, because Mamaliev is one of the better opponents he's faced, in my opinion. I mean, I think Mamaliev would put up a good fight against Lewis Neri. I think he put up a good fight against Stephen Fulton. I think he put up a good, definitely beat. I definitely think he would definitely beat Paul Butler if he was still fighting. Um, Nonito Donaire, who is still fighting, by the way, the Filipino Flash, still fighting to this day. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. I'm very, very excited to see what we got here, guys. Very, very excited to see what we got. So, yeah. So, anyway, 30-27 knockouts versus Merjan Maliev. And that is the main event in Japan. And I'm going to make this next part really quick, guys. Okay, so I'm going to make this quick. I'm gonna make a separate video right after with my quick like 5-10 minute analysis on Canelo Crawford and my pick for the fight. I'm just gonna go over the overall card here. I'll obviously mention the fight, but I would like to do the other fights personally because I think they deserve this part of the video. So overall, decent card. Um, I expanded in that in one of the rant videos we just got out. So it's almost out. Okay. Um, and I explained stuff about boxing and all this sanctioned body crap. And honestly, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I could sit here and talk about Dana being controlled by the sanctioned bodies and all this reason why the card. It's a decent card. You have some young prospects on there. Um, Sultan Muhammad taking on Martin Caraballo, who's 0-1. He only has one fight and one draw. Um, it's just crazy how they just get nobody's on here, but you know, they got Rito Tsutsumi taking on Javier Martinez, Marco Verde 2-0 taking on Sona Akale, who's 9-3. And then you have clearly a shake turkey plant. Mohammed the Malakel taking on Travis Kent Crawford, who no relation, but he is Travis Kent Crawford. He's 7-4. Not a very good record. Person to Akale's 5-0. And then the next fight's actually got decent. Marco Santana, mediocre middleweight type of guy. Good Cuban fighter. Excuse me. Whoa. Taking on Steve Nelson. Nelson's a good fighter, man. 20-1. He is 37. Hasn't really ever had a chance to advance much. I mean, he had his last fight was a loss to Diego Pacheco, who is a really solid fighter, who himself is a 24 and 24, 24 years old. What is up with damn Top Brick today? Jesus Christ. But yeah. Yeah, and Steve Nelson, that was the one loss. Coming off that loss, he's looking to get back in the one column. He's 37, but he's decent in there. And then you have Jermaine Franklin Jr., 23-2, good solid heavyweight. Let's see who he's fought. He's called the 9-8-9 assassin. He's a big guy though. I wouldn't call him an assassin. He fought Joshua? What the hell? Oh yeah, he did fight Joshua. I forgot about that. So not a great massive names, but fuck guys like, defeated Jerry Forrest, defeated Pavel Soor, Rodney Moore, and then he fought Dillian White and Joshua back to back. Jesus Christ, guys. I need to get some sleep, baby. Lost to Dillian White by majority decision, lost to Anthony Joshua by unanimous decision, and then had two quick wins in 2023 and 2024. He now fights Ivan Daichko. Himself, he is 35, but he's still undefeated. Still undefeated. He's a 15-0, 14 knockouts. He has, he beat a good solid heavyweight in Ray Austin. So there's that. Can't believe he doesn't have any big important wins over massively good fighters, but Jermaine Franklin's like one of the best he's fought in. So let's see what that chick can do. And then it comes to after those heavyweights, we have ourselves WBC interim middleweight super middleweight championship between Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez. Lester Martinez, 19-0, hailing from Argentina, pretty solid guy. And he's got some decent wins on him. Unanimous decision over Carlos Gongora, pretty decent guy. Canelo and Crawford ready for war. I laughed because I was trying to get rid of that before it came up, but I couldn't do it. Too slow, too tired. So hasn't really had any massive wins. 19-0, 16 KOs. Christian Billy, on the other hand, definitely more well known. He is 30 years old. He's a French Canadian type of guy. 29-0, 24 knockouts. Really is a good, solid guy. I mean, he's beaten some good fighters. DeAndre Ware was okay. Carlos Congora, which be as well. Damon Nicholson, Rohan Murdoch, and then Mark Heffron. And then he's got a big win. I mean, for me, I've seen good things. I mean, he defeated Sergey Deverenchenko by decision, which, to be honest, he fought a very faded Sergey Deverenchenko. It was definitely not the Deverenchenko that fought Triple G and that fought Danny Jacobs. No way, it was that one, obviously. What just happened? God damn it. But yeah, Christian Billy's proved himself. He did beat Masai Su. I just didn't get his damn name. Yep. Muchek Sulecki defeated him by first round TKO, and now here he is fighting Lester Martinez for his vacant title at Legion Stadium in Vegas. And then the co-main event, Cal Walsh finally getting a stiff test against Fernando Vargas' son, Fernando Vargas Jr. He's a really solid guy, dude. He's really good. He's I missed the fight. I missed Sergey Bochuk versus Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams has been wearing like a wig all week. It's been great. Brandon Adams is not a great fighter, but he's entertaining. He's funny. Sergey Bochuk is pretty good. Sorry, I was looking at something. I don't know. What the hell? Okay. I don't know what that was, but that was weird. Something on my computer, some weird pop up, and it was confusing me. Brandon Adams for Sergey Bochuk, I think. I'll go Bochuk. Who cares? Callum Walsh for Fernando Vargas Jr. 17-0 for Vargas, 14-0 for Callum Walsh. So, as Max Kellerman said, someone's O has got to go. And I'm going to pick Vargas. Primarily from the fact that I would like Dana to get a little mad at boxing. And obviously the main event, Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, obviously right here. Obviously. But I was going to make my picks, but now I'm like, So you know what? I'm going to sum it up right now. I don't need to make a video. To me, it's simple. If Crawford is able to fight this fight the way Sugar Ray Leonard fought Marvin Hagler, get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, and get out. If you can do that consistently, could he be Canelo? Yes. But there's so many unknowns. We don't know what it's like when he's at this weight class 160. We don't know if his power carries over. We don't know if his footwork carries over. We don't know if he has, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know yet. Guys, I am losing my mind right now. I forgot which fight I'm on. I'm gonna go with Vargas defeating Callum Walsh. I do expect a great fight though. I do expect a great fight. So, most of these fights are gonna be good. I'm sure there'll be a few shitters, but for the most part, good card. I obviously in the main event, Bud Crawford, Canelo. I'm gonna go with Canelo to win by decision. I think Canelo's gonna win the same way the way Sugar Ray beat Hagler. yeah, sorry, I'm losing my mind. The way that Sugar Ray Leonard defeated Marvin Hagler, actually, I still think, as everyone thinks, Hagler's right up there, that you won that fight, Hagler's. But besides the point, um, I don't know how he does it. I would love to pitch Terence Crawford against. I'd love to put him against not a prime Canelo, but you know what I mean. Like we'll see. We'll see how he looks, and we'll see how Canelo looks. People are downing Canelo because of his last performances, and people are downing Bud because of his size. When you put it together, actually makes for a hell of a fight. So I'm gonna go with Canelo Alvarez winning this fight by unanimous decision. Um, and that's gonna probably be it, guys. I'm exhausted, and I'm probably gonna pass out. Stay tuned for our me as they are doing a however long it's gonna be fight companion here at my apartment for all the big fights. Um, very very excited, very excited to watch. Um, yeah, I mean it's fucking pumped. I'm gonna have Anyway on, gonna have UFC on, gonna have Canelo and Crawford on. Might pop on on Lewis Crocker and Patty Donovan's probably tonight, but I might pop on and see what we got there. Dan is right. He did say it's the greatest weekend for comic sports ever. He says that to sell. He doesn't. I don't think. Even if he could change it, he wouldn't. He wouldn't change it. He wouldn't change it. That's the truth. Um, he is really delusioning himself if he does think that I will go crawling back because I'm fine. Calling back. What am I talking about right now? I don't even know what I was even talking about. I lost my mind. I literally talking about something I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind at the end, guys. That's gonna do it before I pass the fuck out on the computer. These last 10 minutes, I should take them out. I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep them in. Um, this is the Big Boxing Weekend preview number 2. My name is Jake, and remember, the greatest fighters always leave it all in the final round. I feel like who's that fighter? I feel like the I feel like Rocky. I feel like Apollo Creed at round 12 of Rocky 2, and I'm like, "You're going down," and Rocky's like, "No, you're going down," and I'm like, I'm just trying to swing. I keep getting hit by body shots and I keep getting knocked out. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. See ya.